Hello students, we solved many problems relating to assessment of individuals, that is calculation of total income and tax liability of an individual. In this session, let us solve one small problem relating to calculation of tax liability of an individual. Before solving that problem, we should know what is marginal relief. As we discussed at the starting of this chapter, surcharge is payable on the tax if such incomes exceed 50 lakhs. If income is above 50 lakhs, an SSC have to pay 10% of total tax liability as surcharge. If income is above 1 crore, 15%. If the income is above 2 crores, 25%, and if the income is above 5 crores, they have to pay 37% of income tax as surcharge. Even if there is a slight rise in the income of an individual, they have to pay huge amount as tax. So, the concept of marginal relief is introduced. Marginal relief means tax relief given to the SSC whose total income exceeds marginally above 50 lakhs or 1 crore or 2 crores or 5 crores. The objective is that the amount of increase in income tax should not more than the amount of increase in the income. It is available in respect of surcharge only. It is not available in respect of health and education cess. The formula to calculate marginal relief is as follows. Calculated surcharge. Surcharge means tax calculated on the basis of the total tax payable by an SSC minus 70% of total income minus 50 lakhs or 1 crore or 2 crores or 5 crores. If the total income is below 1 crore, total income minus 50 lakhs. If the total income is above 1 crore and below 2 crores, total income minus 1 crore, like that. For example, if the total income is 51 lakhs minus 50 lakhs, that is 70% of 1 lakh should be deducted from calculated surcharge. Let us solve one problem so you can understand it better. See this problem. Compute the tax liability of Mr. Bhagat aged 42 having total income of rupees 51 lakhs for the assessment year 2020-21. Assume that his total income comprises of salary income, income from house property and interest in savings bank account. In this problem, there is no casual income or long term capital gain or short term capital gain under section 111A. So, you can directly apply the normal rates of tax on the total income 51 lakhs. The calculation is as follows. Computation of tax liability of Mr. Bhagat for the assessment year 2020-21. His taxable income amounts to rupees 51 lakhs, but he is aged 42 years and he is the age group below 60 years. So, up to first 2,50,000 is exempted from tax. The tax rate is nil for first 2,50,000 and for next 2,50,000, that is 2,50,000 to 5 lakh at the rate of 5%, that amounts to rupees 12,500, and on next 5 lakhs, that is from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs at 20%, that amounts to rupees 1 lakh, that is 5 lakh into 20%. Next on balance, that is from 10 lakhs to 51 lakhs. Here 51 lakhs minus 10 lakhs which is already taxed, on that 41 lakhs at 30%, that amounts to rupees 12 lakhs 30,000 rupees. So, his total tax payable amounts to rupees 13 lakhs 42,500. On this amount 13,42,500 you have to calculate surcharge. Here his total income is 51 lakhs, which is above 50 lakhs and below 1 crore. That means surcharge is chargeable at 10% of the total tax payable. That means surcharge at 10% of 13,42,500, that amounts to rupees 1,34,250 rupees. So the total tax liability including surcharge but excluding health and education cess amounts to rupees 14,76,750, that is 13,42,500 plus 1,34,250. From this amount, that is total tax liability excluding health and education cess, you have to deduct marginal relief. Marginal relief is calculated on this 1,34,250. Remember that point, that is not calculated on the total tax liability, but marginal relief is calculated on the surcharge only. Let us see the calculation here. Marginal relief is equal to calculated surcharge. Surcharge you already calculated, that amounts to rupees 1,34,250. From that you have to deduct 70% of difference between total income and 50 lakhs. That difference is 51 lakhs minus 50 lakhs, that is 1 lakh. 70% of that 1 lakh amounts to rupees 70,000. You have to deduct this 70,000 from his surcharge amount, that is 1,34,500. When you deduct this amount from surcharge, you get 64,250 as marginal relief. So the marginal relief amounts to rupees 64,250. That means when you deduct marginal relief 64,250 from the total tax liability excluding health and education cess, you get 14,12,500 as tax payable excluding health and education cess. For this total tax payable 14,12,500, you have to add health and education cess at 4%. That amounts to rupees 56,500. When you add this one to tax payable, you get total tax liability as 14,69,000. This is the total tax liability. Consider if their income, if this SSC's income is 50 lakhs, the tax liability would be only 13 lakh 12,500, that is this 12,500, 1 lakh and 40 lakhs into 30%, that is how much? 12 lakhs. Total of this 13 lakh 12,500. If his income is 50 lakh, no need to pay surcharge. That means his tax liability would be only 13 lakh 12,500. Because of his extra earning of only 1 lakh, he has to pay how much? Rupees 1,64,250. That is this 14,76,750 minus that 13,12,500, his usual tax liability. He must pay how much extra? 1,64,250, but his extra earning is only 1 lakh. That is, the tax liability is more than his income. Because of that drawback, this marginal relief concept was introduced to reduce his tax liability because of his marginal earning, that is extra earning. That is the benefit of marginal relief. That is why the concept of marginal relief was introduced, to minimize the tax burden of the SSC. Okay. Let us solve some more problems relating to this, because this type of problem may ask in your final exam. Thank you. Let us solve another problem in the next session.